What is up, my dogs? It's your boy, Mike Mason. Yo, we're here for a whole special month of shows that are going to be focused on, the oldest pipe making competition in our industry, as I understand it, Pipe Classic. That is now, sadly, going into its finale. And man, so what better time than to dip into the massive archive of footage I've been sitting on because they gave me the honor of coming out and doing what I do, which is break my back filming this thing, and that's what we did. And it's like 12 hours a day of competition, 5 days straight, and we're really sitting on just like a mountain of amazing stuff. If you guys aren't familiar, this event is amazing. Three artists are generally up at a time. They have 12 hours to do their piece, like in two heats, and some of them will end up, different times or whatever. Some of them will go earlier. There's all these different dynamics to it, but in addition, there's like parties every night. It's really something special that I'm just so glad I've gotten to be a part of, and I'm just thrilled to be able to share this with you guys. We wanted to let them do the movie that they do every year first, and if you guys haven't seen these movies, they're amazing. Some of them salt hosts in character. It's incredible. Speaking of hosts, let me just take a moment and introduce my lovely co-host, Carrie Strope up here. Yeah, I think she was
Hello
getting a
there.
little lonely.
Yeah.
Feeling forgotten.
Oh no, Trixie's over here making sure I don't forget that I'm alone. I'm not alone. Yes.
Okay. Have you recovered from your bout with the Rona?
Absolutely. I am fully energized, back at it. I've been outside. I got a nice tan. I don't know if you can tell. Been out on the water, hiking, hiding marbles.
Yes, yes. You've been quite
Yeah.
the marble hiding dynamo over there. It's been cool to see. Heck yeah, it's been cool to see all those people finding them too. So,
Yeah, it's a
well,
lot of
very
fun.
good. Heck yeah. So tonight, my dogs, we're gonna start with one of the competitors, Hickory. And if you haven't seen his work, it's in the description, and he has a very very distinct, really organic style, and all like the multiple types of wood grain or techniques to achieve these really dead on looks, or ones that just have this spectacular look that might not necessarily, some of them look a little spacey, but they all hit this like organic note. It's beautiful. We're gonna see one of these approaches to wood grain tonight that I think you guys are gonna really dig. But the piece itself is incredible. It's got incredible sculpture. We're gonna see him encapsulate the sculptural perc in the piece, so you'll see how a lot of that gets done. There's a leaf demo in here, male and female hand formed joints. Like, we're about to have a nice night, so grab a beer, grab some popcorn or whatever. This is about 2 hours of super dank footage.
Ooh.
Look at this. I have media. These
Mm.
were all the competitors, and I thought the right thing to do would be take a moment to shout out all of these companies who kind of pitch in and help make this possible. I live this like blessed life where I get to show up after a lot of people have pitched in or worked hard to set something up, and it means a lot that these folks sponsor. A lot of them sponsor a lot of these events in the industry. Fucking GTT taking care of your boy too. GMC proprietors. It's like, I think something more up there for the Vermont homies, but yeah, they've got the CBD infused everything. Man, the dogs with Stoked, man, I love these people.
Oh yeah.
They're some of the greatest folks in our industry, and the same goes for Mood Mats, yo. Big shout outs to those cats, man. Mike out there, and everybody who rolls with him, and they're like the sweetest people, and I love crossing paths. Vermont Cannabis Solutions, Glass Roots, and man, fuck, dude, Willie's Wood, yeah, it's on the back. Oh, yank my shit
Yeah,
out,
you got
but
you.
you can see, you guys can see though. Fuck yeah, Michigan Glass Project up in this ultra mega tight, super even Glass Vegas, Glass Alchemy, the flow. And I just thought they deserve a shout out for pitching in to make something really, really, really special happen that like they make a movie about and has been a platform for some of the finest artists in our industry.
Don't forget North Jersey Diamond Wheels, right?
We're they were
I
in
don't know.
here,
Bonnie
right?
was talking about that in the.
Yeah, no, they're right
there
down
we go.
there.
There
They're
we
up
go.
in
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Heck yeah, and they're sponsoring again. So not to get too caught up in sponsors and this and that, but at the same token, like I said, man, we get to see what we get to see tonight because these people were really kind to me, and because a lot of people were kind to them and put in a lot of work and made this thing happen. So I just like to take a moment to be real about that. Okay, let me show you guys what we're about to see here come together. If you're not familiar, absolutely amazing piece, and there's some of that wood grain magic. And yeah, they say a magician should never reveal his tricks, but Hickory done fucked up. So no, I'm just playing. All these guys, they were comfortable with this and wanting to share, and dare I say, they're in a point in their career where, I mean, you could copy all you want, but you're not going to copy a body of work like this and their place in the industry and all that. But we also shouldn't copy. So, anyways, all right, let's pop this party off. I might need to reset the thing here. Yeah, sorry, dogs. Was fucking up. All right, here we go.
Baby.
Hey, and guys, my work as well, just as much. I have these companies that pitch in and are really kind, and events that help me, and they make it possible to do something really special. I'm not trying to act like no hero or nothing, but it's just like today alone. Spent a whole day editing this stuff, and had already done the setup day before. All of this just takes a lot of time and energy and effort, and like I said, not a hero over here, but I just couldn't come up with this all on my own. I'm not some trust fund dude, and these companies pitching in and the events that help or open their doors to me, they all make this shit possible. So we just take a minute at the beginning and end to shout them out, because it's man, there's just no way I'm getting over this financial wall and giving us this kind of coverage. And even this Pipe Classic thing, I'd wanted to cover it a couple of years prior at least, and it just wasn't possible because Melt was right before it, and so much time off. And anyways, here I am. I made it to the Burn Gallery in Burlington, Vermont. Look at how beautiful this is. The water's right down the road, or the view of it. This is the house that they rent for the artists, and there's like meals and stuff. You can get passes. I was remiss on that. Passes just went available yesterday. There's like a dinner pass where you can come out for these incredible meals with the artists and all of that. But the view out here was just incredible. Burlington is a beautiful city, but man, we're Tito Byrne, the real main man. We need to shout out here, the owner of the Burn Gallery, and the dude who has made this possible. I was filming this sunset, and I looked down, and this little homie's kicking it with me. Man, what a magical time. And like I was mentioning, there's like these parties every night. There's the homie Patty throwing down with his band. This was at like a cidery, as I recall. There's like different locations every time. This was like a big house party with a pig roast. Sorry to the vegetarians out there.
I'm going to say there's your chipmunk friend.
And really nice trophies. And, I wanted to make like a different montage for each episode this month. So wait till y'all see the torches if you haven't seen them. They are gorgeous, matte black on black. Sick GTTs. And the gong starts the action every day. And that was actually one of the homegirls from the local news channel out there who came out to film a piece about Pipe Classic and all that. But so here's the dog Hickory, really a master of this like organic look in glass, which is really kind of hard thing to achieve. And man, he really just nails it. So this is the beginning of the Woodgrain technique, and he's got multiple ones. He does like aspen trees or birch tree. his repertoire or whatever is really impressive with this stuff. Like he's just ran down this road and has multiple ways to achieve this aesthetic. But okay, in this case, I will just kind of give you like a primer for what you're about to see. Um, in this case, he's starting with like a black section in the middle that the woody type of look is going to transition to on either end. So these stripes are just black, as I believe it. And then he is going to lay like a black or really dark based striking color on the top and the bottom in the same way, and there'll be obviously you want it to have this look where some of them are trailing down more than others. It's just he's going to stripe it in a way that's kind of asymmetrical. And I didn't ask him what colors he was using. Maybe it's better that, some details remain secret just so it forces you to try your own hand. But I think a color like Amazon Night, for example, that looks kind of black anyways, and then does all these striking effects, that might be a good candidate. There's almost any of, if you're pulling rods that are striking colors and they've got this really dark base, they might be a good option for this. NS Multi, there's like a million options here. Kind of, maybe find your own road with this. But okay. Some of you are familiar with the work as much as I was, and when I was like watching this over again, and trying to remember all the details, it's been a few years. I was like, wait a minute, there's all these additional striations that almost form the grain pattern, like the ones going around, right? And the way that he achieves that is really, really unique. I've never seen anything like this done before. As he cooks this in, he's going to roll it on a grooved graphite pad that's sitting below, like just out of view of the camera. And I think like the closest analogy I think that can short circuit this is like if you think about how a pineapple mold, like it traps air, and occasionally this process does too, which looks cool and organic. It's not like a negative thing. It's not about that though. The point I'm trying to make is that the indentions, when when you cook them back or sleeve them, they affect the fume or the striking or the strike in the striking color differently. And I believe that by rolling it on this grooved pad, it's creating these indentions, almost the same way a pineapple mold. I mean, it has I think more depth to it, but at the same token, it's giving the fume a different way to get hit by the flame, which results in these patterns. So that's what you're going to see once this is cooked in. But yeah, like I said, out the gate, that this is a dark color in the middle, and then these colors that have striking effects on either end. And you can kind of start to see how he's laying them in and just going around. I feel like he's going around in different angles and switching from side to side, maybe to spread heat, but also maybe just to keep the mix of the flame on the striking color a little random. Because if he just started striping all the way around in a pattern, that might become visible because the first ones would all get a little more heat as it went around, a little more, because you'd have to keep it hot, so you'd have to go, you know what I mean? Keep some flame on it. These are just some of my thoughts about this process, but this is a sick technique. This is something that could be, I know there's a lot of room to play here, I think, without just going for some kind of clone thing to what we're seeing here. And it makes me want to play with like all different kind of groove surfaces and just kind of see what happens, after it's been done on that a bit and then sleeved, which really kind of brings those differences in the fume out.
So he's working with the same color here, right? And he did the bottom half first, and now he's kind of laying in some top portions.
Yeah, I think it's the same color on the top and the bottom, and it's just a straight black in the middle. So it kind of transitions from those striky boys to the black in the middle. And he's going to separate this actually, so it's really just going to be like each blank has a fade to black kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But by doing two at once, in a blank this size, he's able to slice it in the middle afterwards and get two blanks with that effect.
And he's not like fuming with silver, he's just striking the colors, right?
Yeah, I believe it's just colors that have an inherent strike. Um, some of these colors are really packed with metals, though, and they'll kind of naturally fume out a bit on their own as you're working it. And I
Mm-hmm.
believe that's where he even gets a little bit of that effect on the black. If you really study it afterwards, it's like, man, there's even some little tiny lines there, and I simply think it's got to be fume coming off the striking rods.
Is that a Delta Mag he's
Woo!
working on?
I think I think it is.
It looks pretty thick.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
I need to get a closer look when the lights are on or whatever. It does look a lot like a Delta Mag. I think you're on it, baby. You are,
Got an eye for those ports
yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I don't know what other
sorry.
GTT.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't know what other GTT has that many, has that much
Well,
action.
there's like the Ninja and the Samurai, and then there's like Quadzilla. There's a bunch of them, but the Ninjas and the Samurais are very popular now. So, oftentimes I really have to take a close look and be like, wait a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I think you're on it. And like I said, just, you see the way he's hopping around the blank and allowing different sides to get different looks and not do anything that would be too obviously like symmetrical or indicative of a process.
What's really cool right now kind of looks like a Muppet, with like shaggy hair blanks and whatnot.
All right.
Like a dreadlock puppet.
Sure. I'm with it. Yeah, and again, man, huge shout outs to Tito who puts this event on, man, and like I can just tell his heart is in this thing so much, and it's really kind of him to have, kind of seen the beauty in what we're trying to do and how kind the community is that's grown around it. It means the world. It really does, and
He's been doing this for so many years.
right, he really has, and man, it's just an honor to be able to show up and get to share awesome stuff like this with you guys out there. And man, again, this event is coming right up. Like the links are in the video description if you want to come out and be part of this. It's really special, and they're gonna move quick. It's
I mean,
not
it's
like
the last one. If you want to experience this, you better get on it.
yeah, but it's not like East Coast Melt where they can like open up a few more cabins or or whatever. This is okay. So there's that pad, by the way, but it's like a small space, so they can only allow so many people in. And
you were saying you were like popping up through a rabbit hole to film or something?
yes, not in this one, but we'll talk about it more when we're sharing footage from the other
Okay.
flame area. But yeah, there's a hole in the bench that you can crawl in from the side and then pop up in the middle of the bench between the two artists. And that's how I actually filmed quite a bit. And yeah, he wasn't in that space, but
reminds me of like whack-a-mole.
Yeah. It's an amazing place, and I'm telling you guys, like every night, and it's not even like yeah, there's parties every night. It's like other events, yeah, there's parties every night, but these are like they hand out flyers to make sure everybody knows where they're at every night, and like if it's somewhere remote, there's shuttles. It's like really coordinated, and it just makes it such a special experience. It's
Sounds very inclusive.
yeah, if any Westworld fans out there, it's all I could think of is that Lee Sizemore dude. It's a relentless fucking experience. is what he's after. And it really is. It's just something so special that they put on. So, anyways, not to get too far from the glass, though. Look at this thing, this pad. It is adding all of these really, minute striations that are allowing for a difference in the way the the striking colors cook in, and perhaps the fume that comes out of them is going to cook in a little differently too. And I mean, all you can do is look at his work and see the end result of this process, and it's fucking nasty. Like what you guys are seeing right now, like extremely cool of him to put this on everybody's plate. I've never seen anybody do this. It's one of those things that
Do you think he made that graphite pad? Do you think he like put the grooves in it?
I have a feeling those pads just kind of exist. They might use them more in soft glass practice to add textures.
Okay.
It's a great question. I don't have an answer for it, but
I've never really seen one like that.
yeah, I think you could probably order them from a bunch of companies. Yeah, there's like a lot of uses for graphite besides glass, coin people and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I love how it has this almost like aluminum can look right now. But that's
Hmm.
those are the striations that are being created by this grooved pad. This is some hot shit right here. I'm really stoked to share this. I've been stoked to share all this, but like I said, we wanted to let them get the movie out before I went and spoiled like 16 hours of it or whatever, because I'm very invested in sharing process. But the movie, they're excellent. They're really well done. Huge shout outs to Jeff, the homie behind that. Um, he's a really great dude. So it was actually a pleasure, because like I think at first like who is this guy? Because they're not really tuned into any of this, and you know a real quick mutual respect always seems to happen when I'm around other people filming. And they were always super nice about you know I'm the first to be like, no, no, man, get that shot, that don't let me be in your way. But they were really kind about all of that. Anyways, what they make is I'm telling you, the ones that are hosted by Salt are especially adorable. Just Salt's the dog, so it just cracks me up to see him in that. And but they're all really great, and they just give you a you know like I said, movie length overview of each competition. And there's always so much fun stuff included in each one as well, that kind of just it. I think they do a really good job of giving you a taste of what it's like to be there each year. And I'm not that very good at editing, so I'm gonna do it as well, just over like a month of 2-hour shows, and then supplementary content over the next 5 years or whatever. All right, so here we go. Let's get back to the glass. You can already see that these colors on there have really kind of struck out a bit. They look like they've been almost reduced. I didn't really see much reduction, but they're probably just colors that naturally want to go that way anyways, unless you really baby them with oxygen and such. So he's got this piece of tube, and he's just notching it down so that the blank stays in place relative to the sleeve, but air can still escape. And now that it's tagged down there, he's free to just really quickly cook that outer sleeve down onto that blank. And I think he's just letting it settle down there and make sure it stayed really centered. And now he can proceed with the sleeve.
I was just looking at their Instagram page to see if I could find any reels of Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, Ron Burgundabs is the Salt character.
They got that interview that you did with Slinger
Where's that?
on their reels.
Oh, very good. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's just another amazing thing that I've had the opportunity to do thanks to these homies, thanks to Tito and May and all those folks over there at Burn Gallery. Um, that was really that was a true treat, to get to interview a legend in our industry, and I took that very seriously. And the truth is, I kind of like to work with the crutch of the video. It's like, yeah, I'll get off on a tangent, man, because the dogs are watching the dank. But no, no, it's just kind of coincided with my vision for when we do have guests, um, which is just a bit more in depth approach, and time to properly research and have great questions on deck and all that. And I've always been proud that we could bring anybody on and have a nice time. I was proud of the improv aspect, but at the same token, man, like there's nothing wrong with a bit of preparation. That's been the learning curve for me. Is that, yeah, it's actually way better when we come in with like an intense amount of research and questions ready to go, and we still find all those random moments to get off into unscripted land or whatever. But in any event, that was such an amazing opportunity to kind of flex that muscle that I'd already been really working towards. And yeah, I think we had a great talk, man. I kept the dog talking. I was proud of that.
Yeah, that was great.
Anyways, yeah, Pipe Classic's been good to you, boy. Like I said, we sat on the footage on purpose, so it's been weird to um, to be sitting on an avalanche. Like, I have more footage of this than some events I've covered for many years.
And
And
we're just getting to see it. It's
yeah, and we're
awesome.
just getting to see it now. They put the movie out about a year ago, but I've moved a couple of times since then. It's been the rest of the delay from there is totally my fault. So, but yeah, you guys can see he's just working this down, kind of letting heat and gravity allow the outer glass to kind of just move down on to the inner blank. If it gets a little uneven, that's okay. I mean, that might be trouble if you're still fresh in the game, but everybody's got to learn sometime. There's no way you're going to get good at adjusting a piece of tube that's gotten a little off if it doesn't happen sometimes and you get to fix it. So don't be scared if your sleeve gets a little weird. I also think that, this is a timed competition. I think we're seeing Hickory in like turbo mode. So he's really moving through this very fast. Maybe this is the speed he does it at home, but I think he's straight blazing getting this done.
Still over here researching Pipe Classic and what year Ron Burgundy made an appearance, and a
Yeah, he's done a
Reddit.
few of them. Yeah, and they're all really great. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they're like these are movies you guys should watch if you haven't. It's nothing you gotta like binge, but if you throw one of them on every now and then when you have a random moment in the shop or something, I'm telling you, you'll learn a lot and you'll get exposed to a number of amazing artists and just maybe get to connect with a little bit of the heart of this event that I'm talking about. Because I said it's just really obvious that Tito's so passionate about this thing and this concept, the concept of it alone, which he told me was inspired by like the surfing competitions. I think there was like some kind of a pipeline classic, I believe. It's been a while since we talked about this, but and speaking of, I do want to have him join us on one of these shows this month. It's going to be nothing but Pipe Classic for the next, 3 weeks plus until the finale. And we have absolutely amazing stuff to share. I think, not to spoil anything, but I would like to have kind of a finale show where Tito could join us. That would be the one with Serto, who won. And his piece was amazing. He had a construction zone going in the basement. It, really, really amazing piece, and a really great chance to see how he achieves this flowing water aesthetic. Getting a fresh handle ready. Got that glass, that jank stuff off of there, and he's kind of ready to get another fresh handle on there and kind of work this blank down. It look a little unwieldy now, but this is a thick-ass piece of glass that he's going to be able to expand quite a bit, and plenty of opportunity to even it out within that process. It's mainly just that one side got a little bit of a kink, but that stuff seems like a disaster in the beginning, and then once you're comfortable, it's like, okay, word, I'll get to that when I get to it. It's not fucking up my ability to work in the bulk of it, which is looking really right. And yeah, like I said, man, now is just the opportunity to go through and work this sleeved thing into a nice proper piece of, section for what he wants to do with it. Which in this case is going to become the neck of the two, if you guys remember. Other parts of it, I think, went into other stuff that maybe didn't go into the piece. Well, the other part might have become the foot.
Now, this is a competition and they're not allowed any prep, right?
That's right. This is probably the most pure competition in the game. They can bring raw materials, but everything has to be done here. So it's just an amazing opportunity to see some of these, really creative prep techniques that these guys have come up with. So that's really exactly where we're at right now.
Imagine like line tubing and milli count as raw material.
It's a good question. That's one of those ones we should save for when we have Tito with us.
Okay.
Yeah. I think line tubing is probably okay. Like pre-bought line tubing.
Colorado
Maybe not.
color, right?
But generally speaking, you're really not allowed to have anything that's been worked, Champs, for example, allows a small box. That size might change depending on the thing or whatever, but generally, they're allowed to bring some things. So artists will take the opportunity to knock out some of those things that are maybe touchy spots or time consuming, or here, everything, the whole piece really does have to come together. And I was talking about Kurt B, and he brought an entire automated sandblasting setup to the gallery and had that motherfucker set up in a head shop in order to achieve that goal of or demand or whatever you want to call it.
And there was an audience watching sandblasting, right?
Well, I mean, it's it's a really slow process. He just has it all automated. It's on a lathe, almost like a CNC thing that just makes it go in and out or whatever, and spinning at a really even rate. And then he's got the blaster position, so it allows him to do it. I'm not a sandblasting guy. I'm actually the worst person to answer that, but I think it allows him to do it really slowly, so he just takes off a super even layer, so he gets super crisp patterns. That's my thoughts on it. Again, I'm not
I meant
sandblasting guy.
While you were watching, there was an audience.
Yeah, there was, but I guess what I mean to say is that it was a long thing. I don't think anybody stood there looking at it for 45 minutes straight,
I can't imagine looking at it for 45 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I mean, sandblasting, cold working in general isn't
I
mean, there's a reason they didn't show that shit on Blown Away.
And look at that pattern, you guys. Look at how you can see all those lines that go the totally, opposite direction of the stripes. And there you can even see it. They're disappearing now with less light, but you could even see the little grooves in the black part that doesn't, ostensibly have a strike. Really amazing technique. Like I said, it makes me want to start getting into the groove or whatever with like a grooved groove pad.
That's pretty cool. It's
Yeah,
an
look at that
awesome,
pattern, man.
awesome look.
Yeah, and you see it in all different varieties in his work, like this technique. He's got a number of other ones though, like the birch stuff, and this dude just, man, I really think this was a super creative technique and way to achieve that, that grain aesthetic where the lines are kind of spiraling in that direction or whatever, and it gives it this crazy, amazing organic look. But yeah, look at this section now with just a little bit of, careful heating and gathering and treating it right. He's got this thing into a pretty fucking nice blank. And like I said, he's going to cut it in the middle there and have two sections with that crazy, amazing look that fade into the black. And I really like snapping with that V blade. We'll see this a number of times in a number of ways, because sometimes he uses a pair of scissors to kind of set in. I mean, they call it like a jack line, I think, in the hot shop.
Yep.
Not a big hot shop guy. Yeah, here come the shears. Oh yeah, just setting in this really consistent band of stress so that you can boom, give it a little snap. Shout outs to Ben Dabin, the concierge. He has running like a dab bar at the dinners and events and stuff. Dab bars are interesting. Sometimes it's just like, all right, give me a shot. And they're like, no, sir. I have to prepare the slurper and the this and the that. It's like an experience, man.
It's like going to get a Japanese tea.
Yep, it very much is. There's like a ceremony to it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, huge shout outs to all these cats in the back that you're seeing that, pitch in to help make this amazing thing possible. All right, so yeah, just breaking down those sections. And then next we're going to see one of them become the neck of the tube. So I think this will be the one, and we're going to see him do some shaping on it first, to kind of bring it out a bit. And then we're going to see him seal that bad boy on. And then we're going to see a whole bunch more stuff. Full sculpted leaf demo, carved leaf demo. Looks really amazing stuff. Male and female joints are coming up.
Epic.
Yeah. When you film a dude for 12 hours straight, you end up with a lot to choose from. So. Now, with that, I should say though, there were three
only watching
people.
2 hours. I mean, come
yeah,
on.
yeah. Well, no, I should say there's three people up at once, and I'm trying to capture amazing stuff from all of them. So it's not possible to get any piece in like full completion, but at the same token, we end up with a lot of really amazing stuff. So yeah, there's actually quite a bit still left to share. I've got a whole Sherlock that he made that there's just no way it was going to fit into this. I do have the miniature hummingbird that like goes in, that you can see it like in the encapsulation or whatever. Oh, we're going to see him do the perc as well, like the hollow perc that goes inside, that all the sculpture goes on later. Yeah, we got a lot to peruse here. But yeah, how about that prep? Yeah, this is really that's a very unique approach.
It's got a great look.
It really does.
Over here searching my stores, my memory stores, to figure out what tree exactly it looks like.
Okay.
I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah. It is the tree that you found on psychedelics. But I mean, some of his go for this more, shockingly natural look, like the birch ones or aspens. I'm not sure which. They both look pretty similar to me. So, in any event, yeah, some of them, I mean, they just perfectly nail this look. And there probably is a tree that looks like this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
So
this one to me is like the little bit more abstract, but I mean, it's fucking awesome.
well, I don't know how many people look at tree bark, but if you look at tree bark, it is all different. And the way that a tree bark looks actually helps you identify the tree overall.
Okay. Interesting.
Like some trees, it looks like there are ropes of bark going up the tree, but this one's kind of like more like square, he's got little squares.
All right.
So I'm looking at some images right here, right now. There's some pine trees that kind of have that similar look. Some oak trees that kind of have that look too.
Okay. Boom. All right. In this part, you guys, he is spot heating sections, and he's going to give them a kind of a tug and a puff. That's what she said. But for real, this is where he's going to give it these kind of tree knob looking details, and this is really fascinating to see.
That is cool.
Isn't that neat when it cooled? And look at that, he just kind of gave it a snap. And he's going to repeat this. He really is excellent at this aesthetic. But yeah, here's one of these really, here's one of another magic trick or whatever to kind of achieving this look with, maybe something like this. But if you do like the other kind of wood grain we've shared on the show, like just as applicable. And it doesn't look like there's like a blow tube hooked up, so he's like not really giving it the puff actually. He's giving it the puff after, just to be very clear.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Doesn't it? Like, whoa.
Mhm.
It really comes to life, once it starts getting once the sleeve goes on, everything just really pops. Okay, that one he was giving it a puff. So yeah, this is the booth in the front of the shop, so you get to see all the citizens of Burlington wandering around. It's a really adorable part of the city. All kinds of cute stores, and yeah, it's a really great location. And yeah, if you guys want to come out and be part of this, man, yeah, find an Airbnb, something like that. I think like the standard judges pass is none that includes like meals every night and all kinds of other cool stuff is like 500. Like the ballers pass. But as you guys saw in that footage, the meals are amazing. I had to skip a lot of them because I was staying to film, two different artists in different heats, and there was just no way I could get out to the dinner and get back in time without missing some of the second heat. But on the last day, the schedule allowed me to get out there and film chipmunks and stuff.
Chipmunks and burnt pigs.
Yeah. Yeah, that pig. Whew.
I bet. Did they wrap it in banana leaves and throw it in a pit or anything, or did they have it on
I
a
mean, it was in a whole roast
spit?
situation, man. Yeah, it was like buried in the ground or something, as I recall, for a long time.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm already forgetting the details.
Yeah, I had some, when I lived in Napa, I had some restaurant friends that got together, and that's how they roasted pigs. Wrapped them in
Yeah.
banana leaves and buried in
Right?
the ground in the ashes, yeah.
Carrie, no, that was an impossible pig.
Well, I didn't eat it, so yes.
Yeah, it's like I want to apologize to the animal lovers out there, but I also have to apologize to the meat eaters out there for having to see that amazing, delicious thing. Yeah,
Sorry to torture and tease you.
yeah. Trust me, Pipe Classic ate all parts of the pig.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is an amazing time, you guys. Like, if you're even close to the fence about doing this, like, this is it. It's the finale. Man, maybe the homie's heart beat for this someday in a different form, but I think this'll. I, don't- I he doesn't seem like the type who pulls like a fake retirement. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Like, I'm sure he really put some thought into the finale thing and all that, and it really is like just the way they do the parties every night. Like one of them was at this amazing hemp farm, with like a freaking field we could all go play in, full of
I remember those
8 foot
Christmas trees.
tall, yeah, freaking plants, and it's just every single night was something really special. Cool bands playing at really amazing restaurants, and I'm really glad I got to do this, and I'm really glad I got to do this, and really grateful to Tito for, thinking to include me and giving me the opportunity to document something so special.
So this is the neck that he's working on, right? The neck, and he's connecting it to
Exactly.
what, a can? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be the big, body of the tube. You'd call it a can. I mean, this is the proportions are a little different here because this is mainly an encapsulated, sculptural thing. But
Right.
yeah, so there it is, the neck getting sealed and just doing this kind of big boy seal there on the neck. But yeah, he's really working some heat into that thing to make sure it's a really nice, smooth, happy seal. And yeah, just continuing to rotate while he gives it those puffs, not giving anything a chance to get uneven. And I think now he's kind of in like the perfection stages. Now he wants to just give this some heat and kind of boom, work it out so it's just a little more even. Yeah. And now he's going to work the can a little bit. I think he wants it just a little bit bigger. He goes through this like a good bit, as I recall. And I've been criminal about not looking at the chat. It was like hidden behind the streaming software. What up, dogs? Or whatever. Hell yeah, I see some tight homies in the house.
Andrew
Friar
Pollock's in there.
Fries. I don't know if I've seen this name before. Welcome, dog. That's a cool name. Stevie Janowski in the house. Molten Mike up in this. Enjoy life in battle and strife. Damn, dude, I wish my name was like a poem.
It almost is. See, Andrew Pollock was up there earlier.
I did not, but he's the dog. I think of
Yeah.
him often because I have one of his birds on my bookshelf. So
Oh,
every
yeah.
time I like walk to the bathroom, I'm like, "What up, Andrew?" Yeah, big shout outs to Andrew Pollock, man. If you guys aren't familiar with him and his work and his studio in New Orleans, a really really classy spot, and he's an excellent educator. You can look up some of his videos on our channel that he's been kind enough to let me document when he's been teaching and that sort of thing. Really nice guy, excellent teacher.
Mealy's with us again tonight. Rick Markham is here. Josh Davis, GW Beers, I see.
Fuck yeah, all the dogs coming out. I really appreciate you guys.
Rick Markham, Long Clark. Yeah, I've got a lot of
It's the
folks
kind
here.
community, that has formed around this channel. That's why I get to do what I get to do. So I really appreciate you guys out there. And so yeah, you guys can see he's just kind of heating bands and expanding the diameter a bit.
You caught Molten Mike off guard.
What? I'm not here. What are you talking about? And so now he's going to open this up and put like a little bridge post on it and get it set up to take this giant sculptural perc tube that's going to then get sealed to the wall for the joint to go on. And yeah, this is a cool process. It's cool to see any type of sculptural perc like that added in, that especially one that like connects to the bottom and everything. And this one is just a supersized example of it.
That was cool, that flash of color that went against
Yeah, I
the
was
rod.
wondering what exactly that was.
Kind of, it looked like the same color as the hot glass that he was blowing down there.
Yeah, whatever it was, that was pretty.
That was cool.
That was tight. Insert ad. No, I'm just playing.
Fiberglass lamp.
Homies out there, should I activate the channel memberships? So you can like pay $5 a month to have like cooler stuff in the chat.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I gotta look into it.
Yeah.
But YouTube's like, you should do this.
Get your own set of custom emoji for the chat.
That's right.
Dank Heat. Your Dank Heat membership.
Shit, I'd pay to be able to do that. Yeah, just really carefully adjusting that diameter out to what he wants and evening it out now. Kind of did like a rough shaping, and now he's doing, like doing that like final pass through to kind of unify the shape at this exact diameter that he wants. Really impressive with a piece of tubing this size. That thing is fucking diesel. Hickory is like not a foot pedal type of dude. I don't know. He had that bad boy ripping. Now, if I was making a piece like this, I'd probably be like, Jeff, I'm not taking a moment to stomp that thing.
So looking at the torch at this point, is there anything about it that you can distinguish between the mag and the ninja and the samurai that you were talking about?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a mag based on the size of the body and everything. Those other ones are a little more svelte.
All right. Look at that heat. God, look at that flame. Oh my God.
Yeah, that thing is serious. The people walking by are getting a tan.
Yeah. Burns through a liquid in 3 hours.
And yeah, you notice how he walked that thing out the back of the flame? It's, for more experienced cats, that sort of thing is more innate. But if you're just getting started, you don't ever want to just pull the glass out of the flame. You want to rise up slowly, or or go out the back like you're seeing him do right now. And that just really prevents hot spots. And not rushing also helps with that as well, because even if you've done a good job, the heat can still like homogenize a bit. So it's always kind of a classy move to not necessarily rush into puffing. You usually got a moment to chill. That's like surfing, and I'll be like teaching my friends to surf, I'm like, all right, now look, you don't got to jump up on the right away. You actually have a moment to kind of situate yourself once the waves, like the force starts hitting. And if you just try and pop up the second you're going, man, as a beginner, you're probably falling.
So you topple over.
Yeah.
You just feel it now.
You just take a moment and then pop up. All right. So yeah, bringing the rest of this off. And now he's going to open it up and get it ready to put a ridiculous sculptural perc inside. And he really evened that thing out. Doesn't that look so great?
Mm-hmm.
Like the neck coming off of it, it's just so cool. All right. So, this opening, it's all just going to get closed down again later, so it doesn't have to be pretty, but it needs to be, fully open, no weird kinks in there that's going to stop the thing from sliding in. So yeah, just can be a little dirty with this, but it's really most important that inner wall is fully pushed out so it's not catching anything on the way in. It's not like that's the end of the world. You're just going to have to go back in and fix it, when you were already ready to start doing a big move. That's not fun. And like I said, he's going to add like a little bridge post.
Do I have time to refill a drink before I see the insertion?
I actually think that's going to happen a bit later, as I recall.
All right, I'm going to step away for a second then.
Okay, I've got this.
Excellent. I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be missing Carrie's astute observations.
Yep. All right, she's gone. So, dogs, what drives me crazy about... No, just playing. Carrie rocks. All right, so now we're going to break away from that and actually see the perk get made. When it goes in, there's, you know, 6 hours of sculpting on it, but I wanted you guys to see like the fundamental creation of the perk structure. And it's essentially like a disc that has a piece that goes down, and then that's where it actually, you know, allows smoke, allows your CBD through, whatever. That's why, but like, and it's essentially a platform. And then you'll also see him add matching tubing that connects that piece like to the wall so that the joint can later go on. So we're going to watch this whole little structure get made that is kind of, there's a lot of other stuff on it, but what we're about to see is the real core of the actual function of the piece. The rest of it's just so it's sexy. So yeah, I think he's gonna pull part of this tubing down, and then he'll blow the part above that out to form that disc. So yeah, this type of move is a real timing thing. You know, you want that really even heat, of course, so it's gonna flow and move evenly. But um, I think of it a lot like a point pull. When I pull points, to me, there's like a few steps in that, you know, and it's like once you've soaked that heat into the hopefully the right amount of glass and everything. Um, I always like to kind of just do an initial kind of pull to like set the shoulders, and then I slow down almost to a crawl and give it a little bit, and then I do another pull to kind of set the diameter of the handle or the tube itself. And you want to aim a little above that because it's still going to come down a little bit, but I kind of pull down to a little above the diameter that I want and then wait another, like I don't stop. I don't ever stop all the way, but um I slow down at that point and allow that to cool a bit, and then from there then you can finish the pull. And by doing that, you'll hopefully set these really nice shoulders. You'll set a nice diameter, and by not pulling too fast, you're not going to thin it out. So it's really a game of having the right amount of glass hot. You know, if you, the rule with points, for example, is double the diameter of the tube. So if you want two nice, really stable handles on a 25 mil piece of tubing, you need to heat up about 50 mil of it. And if you do less than that and you try to apply these mechanics that I'm talking about, you will end up with like too thin a wall and all that. So it is a matter of starting with the right material. But from there, it's a timing thing, because if you pull really quickly when it's really hot, you'll thin it out. And so those timing steps really allow you to kind of set the diameter and maintain a wall thickness and all that. And when you do that, man, I mean, like a point handle pulled that way, meant to be nice, that'll support like half a tube of like a 60 mil heavy wall. Crazy shit. But it's really just a matter of the right amount of material and the right timing in the pull. So anytime I'm trying to stretch something like from big to small, these are the things that I'm thinking about. So yeah, he's going to kind of close this down and then be able to like finish that disc and then open a hole and add the attachment tube that's going to then later get sealed into the wall of the piece. It's like a double seal or whatever, because the hole is opened in that thing, and then the tube will just kind of sit in it as it gets bridged, and then that gets all pretty much worked in and kind of closed down and then reopened so that the joint can be put right over it. So it's, some people call it a triple seal. I don't know why. I was like, where's the third seal, dogs? Or whatever. But
It's a triple seal for the triple blown piece.
all right, yeah. I think the third seal is just marketing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe some people just seal a tube over that that's closed and all that, and then they open that and seal the joint to it. I don't know.
Oh, there's a nice comment in chat.
Yeah, I saw
Enjoy it.
that, man.
Yeah.
Nice to hear any of these rambles can help. Man, we're here to have fun, but I do also want to share nice tidbits and help you dogs on your path. So it's always really nice to hear that kind of feedback. Silica Sound in the house. Lon Clark up in this. Good to see y'all dogs.
Sounds like Mike might take a little bit of a break here, so you know what that means. Carrie is going to step in and say welcome to everybody, and if you are not subscribed to the channel and you don't want to miss this fire action that Mike's got coming up for the month, all the rest of the Pipe Classic footage, make sure you subscribe to the channel, but even better, hit that little bell so you get notifications. You won't miss out. You can join us live in chat. If you like what you're seeing, hit a thumbs up, and the artist can see that how much you guys appreciate them.
Well, I'm still here, but that was nice. Thank you.
Well, it sounded like you were taking a drink or something, so.
All right, Stevie's my man with the OG knowledge. Thank you, player. Okay, gotcha. Some OG. At some point, Micah Evans eliminated the third seal or something, and we all just take it for granted, but all right, so now that he got this guy nicely domed out or whatever, he's opening a hole. And it's off to the side because the perc's going to sit in the middle, but that tube is then going to, shoot off and hit the wall. And yeah, you really can't go wrong with a little pencil reamer like that and a replaceable holder, because those graphite rods cost nothing, and then you just sharpen them down as you need them. I learned about that from lathe assembly homies, because they really like that type of thing to really quickly whittle something open or whatever on the lathe. But I mean, they it's a full-time job, first of all, if you're a lathe assembly guy. It's like the presses, they don't stop, baby, or whatever kind of thing. And so they beat the shit out of those reamers. So something really cheap and replaceable like this, really ideal. They were using the blast shield rod holders with them actually as well, and that's neat. I love that holder he has. But if you want a holder that kind of matches all of your existing tools, yeah, that blast shield rod holder with one, they make a small and a big one, so it depends what size you're going for. And I don't have the sizes on hand right now, but you almost want to get the rod holder and then order a graphite rod or buy a graphite rod that's virtually the same size, so it sits in it pretty centered. You don't want the nut pushing it a little off center kind of thing. And I think he's just drawing some material out here, and then he's going to use the shears to remove it as well, so he gets just the amount of tube that he wants. Slick little move to kind of do a little last minute tubing adjustment here and achieve an opening at the same time. It's really awesome to watch an established flame worker like this, because they just get into their own grooves with certain things, and the way that they do things is just really interesting to observe, because it's usually a little different than everyone else because they've been doing it so damn long, and they've really figured out what works for them. And it's also neat to check in with folks that are still coming up in the game and seeing how their style has evolved. So I guess it goes both ways. But No, I'm just kidding. It really is tight to be able to see someone like, what a treat this whole experience was. Pipe Classic, it just doesn't, they don't fuck around. The lineup is absolutely incredible.
Oh my God, I was just looking at the lineup for this year's Pipe Classic. It looks
Right.
insane.
It's dope to see some of like the friends of the channel on there. Fucking the homegirl Shayla, Windstar Glass is going to be competing this year. It's going to be
Hick
very
Dog,
exciting to see. Yeah, Hick Dog, man.
Hickory
Like,
gonna be there again. Salt's gonna be there again. Coil, Joe P, Mike Ramen, Paco, Ham, Lace Space, Kurt B.
yeah,
And
these are mostly people I've had the chance to interact with over the years.
it's
It's
amazing.
awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited about this.
I'm now familiar with Icky.
Oh, I've seen his work.
Okay.
Really good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just some heavy hitters.
All right, so the homie here is kind of like initiating the like bend towards the wall, so to speak. But yeah, this is basically that tube is, the smoke's going to go through that into the domed area and then out the bottom where there will be holes. And the part that connects to the blow tube, that'll be, closed down and turned into like a little, kind of a disc perk almost with a few holes on it. But yeah, now that it was bent, he just wanted to get the rest of that shit off, and I imagine, like when he's ready to do it, he just like chopped it open, probably right ahead of where it starts to taper, and then gave it a quick ream. But yeah, for now he's using that termination point to set up a bridge, and now he can really work that seal in. And it's, man, the bridging methodology is just a great thing. I remember when I first started, I was just like, it was hard for me to actually understand. As lame as that is to admit, I'm an idiot. But no, like, I really
Everybody's
like
got to start somewhere.
the way bridges were set up and all of that. Now it just seems like so obvious, but in the beginning, man, it's really not. And just observing the way this is all done, and once you start doing a bunch of them and then you have some fail because you used rod that was too small, or you set it up in a way where it was in your way and all that, like you just like self-correct very quickly, and all of it just becomes very like, oh, okay, I get it now. Bridging rocks, whatever. But
You just got to get to know glass, It's a
yeah,
relationship.
just don't be afraid to set up some bridge seals. It's something I was talking about in the group today, in our little social thing on Facebook. Homie was asking about like exercises to learn to weld color in and not have walls get uneven or whatever.
Hmm.
So I was suggesting just getting a rod and just welding dots all over it, like in 3, because you can usually get about 3 around a 7 mil pretty cleanly without fucking it up. And so I was suggesting that he do that and then just go right below the row and do another row. And by the time you've done a few rods like this, you will have welded like 100 dots, in an hour. And these type of things where, like, I guess the core of what I'm getting at, instead of talking for another 5 minutes before saying the point, like, the point. And by the way, he's sculpting a leaf here, and he definitely like mashed some color before I got there, and we saw him adding like an accent color on the edges, and now he's got it all nice and dank hot to the point where he can give it this nice tug and give it an even cleaner oval shape with all that glass in there together and happy. What I was talking about though is like, don't let your pieces be your practice.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I do believe you should like productionize your learning process. So like if you're going to make spoons, make a lot of spoons, and really use that as a way to get the shit down. But when you start getting into these like just like I said, the dot thing, why should you practice that by adding 3 dots on your spoons if you're not really ready? This is really basic stuff, so it's like a really basic example, but the idea here is, instead of like doing your first 50 spoons with fucked up dots, just do it on 7 mil rod and practice 100 dots so fucking fast, and you just gain so much more experience so much faster, and you're not fucking up these products. So the advice is to like find a way to practice whatever move it is. Spoons are very basic, so they're actually a great way to practice like pulling that taper in the middle and then condensing the head back and puffing out an even bubble. They're maybe not the best example for this. I'll switch to like joints. For example, you could blow out a thing that looks like a big spoon and then just seal fake down stems around it. Like just take a bit of blow tube, push out the Maria on it and just act like it's a rig. And you can seal 4 or 5 of those around a bubble and get to practice a shitload of ring seals really quickly by just setting up these fake down stems off as like some 12 mil, push the Maria on it, seal it in, and then pull it off so it's closed, and then practice going around the seal with the hand torch or all that. The other one you can do is like get some 25 mil on 2 point handles or 2 blow tubes and practice blowing that out to a nice even little bubble and then condensing it back down to something as close to tube as you can. Like there's just almost always a way. Like if you want to practice horns, put a shitload of horns onto a rod. Don't go in there and be like, okay, well I'm gonna practice 10 today because I'm gonna make 10 spoons.
Right.
Fuck that. Find a setup that allows you to practice the mechanic a whole bunch really quickly, and then incorporate it into your productionized learning.
Even
and how about
more...
this? What? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, how about this fucking leaf that we're watching? Some of these moves are pretty repetitive, so I don't mind talking over it, but you guys see that. Basically, he did the initial line and then reinforced it with a bigger knife, and then used the knife to go out from the center, and now he's going out from the cuts in the center over the side, so it just looks like one line that wraps all the way around the leaf. And with the accent colors on the edge, it just looks fucking awesome. He's going to give it a little organic bend here soon, too. This is just tight shit. And I thought it was just, like, honestly, some of the sculpting he did was so small. Like, I think I might put out some, like, smaller videos of it. A small process requires a small video. No, I'm just playing. But this was just one of the more visible and really, easy to read moments here. But I thought it was so clean and just well done. You might have seen a leaf, but I wonder if it was this clean. The only leaf I've ever seen sculpted this fucking clean was Robert Mickelson. And he did it the exact same way. Although he also, like, heats the edge of each little thing afterwards and pulls them out to little points, too. He's extra credit, man.
Like on the edges of the leaf to kind of...
Yeah, exactly. Like, where now there's, like, these little dots left there.
Gotcha.
Almost. Like Robert goes in with a little tiny
like
flame
a sawtooth,
and tugs each one out. Yeah, and they just have, like, a really sharp... They end up with, like, a really sharp look.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, man. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to slice this one, but I thought this was awesome. Yeah, there's a bit more sculpting, like some petals are gonna get made, and then we're gonna get back into like the more functional stuff that I think will really benefit you guys if you're trying to do rigs or sculptural type stuff like this. But yeah, we got like we have a male joint coming up, and then a female joint. And then I do think we get back into the actual encapsulation of the perc into the rig, and a really awesome seal there, the way he cooks the tube that goes from the perc to the wall. That's critical shit right there. And then we'll see him close it all down. So there's still quite a bit more here to go. But here's why I think he's adding this really nice organic bend to the leaf. And sometimes it's these moves that just give it like the look, that like make the brain, it just tickles the brain when it has like that certain look. These people who are good at sculpting and are able to achieve that, I mean, they really blow me away. See, a little bend one way, a little bend another way. Not actually rocket science, it's just If I did it, it would probably just not look as natural. It's just that simple. So.
Just gotta look at a lot of leaves to get this look.
Right. Yeah, cleaning that end up, pulling it down to a nice little point there. All right, and here is actually how he attached it to one of the sculptural elements that has a bunch of cool things. I thought you guys would like to see how they, actually got sealed on, and then some of this intricate bridging structure. Because, like, even this flower that has the, like, little, Carrie, what's the term for the shit in the middle? Pistils?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the pistils, like, even those were all bridged up, and the petals were bridged. Like, there's a lot going on here, and it's just, I didn't want to make this a 6-hour show, so...
This isn't going inside. This is outside, right?
This one goes on the outside, yes. I think
this was on, like, top of the joint somewhere, right?
It's, like, made to sit on the joint. It might even be the male joint that we saw get made a minute ago. Or not a minute ago, but that we're going to see get made in a minute.
A minute in the future.
Yeah. I'm like Westworld over here, man. I'm playing with the timelines. It's my second Westworld reference tonight. Woo.
I know, it is.
Season 4's got me, y'all. It's
only
pretty good.
2 more episodes left.
Yeah. Season 4 is the best season since season 1, I'll say that.
Yes.
But enough about science fiction. We're here for science fact, which is that Hickory is a fucking baller.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Science fact.
And I thought I'd share this. Like I said, I was trying to film 2 other absolutely legendary glassworkers at the same time. So I came in after he'd already made this like ribbon cane, but I just thought you guys would like to see this ribbon cane itself. Like, he's clearly got like a line in the middle, and then on the top it looks like maybe he added frit or dots.
Yeah, it looks like a tiger lily or something.
Yeah, and like each petal, so it's like he makes this bigger ribbon, pulls it down to this thin strip, and then by pulling each one off, it's like each petal has a similar but like slightly different organic look. I thought this was really clever and something worth sharing, even though, I didn't have the whole ribbon cane build and all that, but we can use context clues to gather a lot here. They do look like dots, not frit. Probably very small dots with stringers.
Okay.
But yeah, so as you guys saw just a second ago, it's like he's punning up to a small section and then tearing that section off and then kind of tapering it a bit. And I imagine when they go on, he probably gives it a little bit of a bend after it's sealed, kind of thing. A lot of possibilities here, but just this fundamental notion of making petals like this, I think is really cool. I've seen a number of artists do it just like this. Subliminal, blossom. And yeah, what an event. Like I said, man, you guys really, if you want to attend this, a judge's pass is like $99. Burlington is absolutely beautiful. Just a great city to visit. I couldn't recommend it. It's the last one. I'm never going to get a chance to do a month of shows about an event that I truly, truly love and try to coerce you into going, so... The sooner you just buy tickets, the better for all of us, or whatever kind of thing. But, no, but for real, the experience that they put on for everybody, the parties every night, they really make it something just so special for the competitors and for the attendees who are judges, essentially. You buy a judge's pass. So you get to kick it in the venue, and... yeah,
the judge's pass seems really reasonable.
Yeah, I don't think you get to, like, hang out in the basement with, like, Crunk's dog and all that,
Right. The
Yeah.
Judge Pass. The Judge Pass is $75. It includes one
That's it?
commemorative poster and program. Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
One commemorative poster and program set, a VIP gift bag, entry to after parties, 21 plus, Monday through Thursday, complimentary dab bar, entry to the culmination party on Friday night, complimentary dab bar, entry to the judging and awards ceremony on Saturday, and one vote for the winner of Pipe Classic.
Yeah.
That's just like
Like the bargain of the
amazing,
year. Yeah, I mean, you got to
right?
get out there and such, but this is like this is a real thing, man. This days of amazing shit. It's like a week of amazing stuff.
Now, if you're a foodie and you
Yeah.
want to do the other pass, is the dab and dinner pass, and that one's $499.
Yeah. But
In
you
a-
get amazing meals. You get a shuttle out to, like I was showing you guys in the beginning, the venues, the places that they rent, like they're right off the lake. It's shockingly beautiful. I like I said, man, I was only able to make it out to one of the dinners, even though I was invited, because I would have missed like the second shift of glass blowing or whatever. You know, it's like
I mean, it's dinner Monday through Friday. Catered dinners by Chef John Robert Davignon.
yeah, it's like the second round starts at 4 and is 6 hours. So there was no way that I could have
Yeah.
attended the dinners without missing that. And my priority was exactly what we're doing right now. You know,
Right.
like I'm just not that dude, man. I got a mission from Glass God to and I just was so honored to be there in the first place. Like I really wanted to capture as much as I could. And if you told me that this would have been the second to last one that I'd have the chance to cover, like and I'd gone to the dinners and missed like half of it, like I would never forgive myself. So I'm really glad that I handled it the way I did. Um, but yeah, it's a time, man. The first round starts at 9 in the morning, and the second at 4. So I mean, it's like all day, awesome heat with absolutely epic glass workers. Man, the judging party. I think it'll be at Nectar's again. This is a really cute bar.
Yes.
Um, yeah, man, all the pieces are out. You can talk to the artists, man. They're like out there lobbying, stuff. It's it's quite the time. All right, so yeah, we were watching this male joint get made here. Man, pay attention to how hot he gets those holders, you guys. They're graphite, man. They can either suck heat out of a piece, or they can, the beauty of them is that they can get pretty hot. And be it shaping a female one, or doing the male or whatever, it's like having those holders hot. That can really help you get that shape and have it like not suck the glass out, so it doesn't the heat out of the glass, so it doesn't want to move. So just something to think about with those holders. There, you tip that off and kind of just broke it off there, so it's got a tiny hole. Yeah, I think this might be the male joint that was supporting the whole other structure, so it can have this additional sculptural element on the outside when it's not being used.
Gotcha. So your grandma doesn't know that she can
Exactly.
smoke all your weed out of it.
Right. There it goes, giving it that final fit. And bam, worked male joint. All right, and I believe this is where we're going to do the worked female joint. So we're going to see.
Dark outside.
What's that?
It got dark outside.
Yeah, like I said, man, there's 2 shifts. So yeah, the first night there's no AM shift, so he went the first night at 4 p.m. and then the second part of it was 9 a.m. the next day. All right, so this is another one of those really controlled pulls. he wants that to come down to the diameter to make, I think it's a 14 mil. Is what it looks like to me. So you start with like maybe 16 mil or so. And yeah, what I think we saw there was him just not being too aggressive, man. He doesn't want to thin that out and have some thin joint tube and all that. He just wants to get a section down close and then be able to finish the job as he gets it off of this bigger stock tube.
Snippity snap.
Yeah, man. He's got that move down. I think if he keeps up with this, he could have a real career. I'm just playing. Dude's a legend.
Take some gold star stickers with you this year.
Yeah, Whisker says he's never seen anyone make a joint with the holder. And like I do have like I've got like the brass equivalent of the holder that's made for that step. But the graphite thing is it's essentially a mold, you know? So yeah, you totally can. Um the reason that they have, you know, like the brass reamer version of the tool though is that I mean, reamers generally kind of open a shape better than that round thing. I'm not sure on the physics there, but it's like more points of contact, I think. Um, but I mean, the reality is that you're going to beat your graphite holder up a little bit if you do that all the time. So yeah, they sell like the brass versions you can get in there and do the rough ream, you know, and then you can finish it with a joint, you know, or whatever. But you know, the holder is pretty much made to size. I think there's something to be said for like being this experienced as well. Um, when you don't have that level of experience and you don't have the heat right, it's so much more easy to grind on a graphite tool, you know? So that's something to keep in mind. Like, this homie knows how hot he's really, I'm certain. He's just a really good glass worker. I'm certain that he, generally speaking, has like the heat base down for these shaping moves and such. And I think that makes for less risk using a graphite holder. Yeah, Stevie's saying he likes the brass with wax. That's me too. But yeah, I think you could probably get away with it just a little more if you're like really experienced and you're not grinding that graphite up. I still would definitely suggest the brass versions of it. It's possible that he owns those and didn't bring them. You know, it's not like we're seeing the homie in his home shop. So there's always that to consider. Man, everybody in chat really liking the thinner wall for the forming, I take it?
No, the thinker walls.
What?
This is something I haven't heard of before. They're very thoughtful. They're all
right.
thinker walls. Okay.
I'm not sure what's going on here anymore. I think we're participating in bullying.
No, I think somebody just mistyped it and now everybody's mistyping it.
Gotcha.
It's just good, clean fun.
Just good, clean fun out there, folks. Yeah, here we go. Here's that move that That thing was probably in his gift bag. He's like, fuck this. I'm just playing.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm going to brutalize this bad boy. All right. So she's shaped. And yeah, I never like remember him going in with like a wax joint or anything. It's just like a fresh holder though. You can see that. That other one looked a little beat down, but that male part was just that the male thing was like a sculpture on there. Like it needs to sit in there really well, but it doesn't need to be shockingly airtight. So there might have been a little more room to play there. This one, that holder looks pretty fucking new. So I think he was getting away with it.
Charity's in chat tonight too.
Charity in the house. Nice to see you. Nino Glass in the house.
Yeah.
Whisker TT. What up, player?
Nino Glass is back. Did you say that?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Glad y'all are here, man. Keep the party popping. Yeah, man. Oh shit, there's my boy Rick Markham up in this.
My
Carrie
phone's
said-
got the autocorrect.
Carrie said you were here earlier, but I was like, I don't see him.
Yep.
Just playing. But yeah, for real dogs, yeah, man, bring a friend. This is gonna be a good month, man. We're gonna do at least 4 banging Pipe Classic shows in a row here ahead of the event.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Yeah. Carrie's always trying to get sexy, and it's just like, oh my god, I really need to duck you. And I'm just like, oh my god.
Yes, it's all about the sexiness. It's never frustration with anything.
I mean, those times I don't care. It's just funny when
Okay, all right.
ain't got
Ducky,
time
ducky.
to duck with you. Whatever.
Yeah.
Ain't going back to duck with you. Whatever.
She's got kinks. He likes them.
Good. Adjust necktie and shit. All right, let's get back to the thing here. So the homie gave himself a nice bubble coming off that joint and opened up a nice hole here. And now he's going to seal on the piece that will connect to the tube. I thought you guys would like to see this. It was a tough decision, really, because there were some additional segments in this I could have focused on instead, and I was really trying to stick to around 2 hours. And so yeah, but when it was all said and done, I was really happy. I was kind of done just a little bit ahead of schedule, and was thinking about adding some additional stuff, and just became a choice of brevity, So there'll be another show with Hickory where he's going to make a Sherlock, the miniature hummingbird, and there's definitely like a lot of detail on like the sculpting as well, of like the really tiny flowers and stuff, so we can share a bit more of that too. But I wanted to do what I consider like the core definitive episodes for each of these flame workers, which frankly, there's not that many weeks in the month, so we're really only going to get through maybe half of this.
Yeah, 4, maybe 5 if you're lucky.
Yep. We'll spread the rest out. But yeah, I would really love to have Tito with us. We already talked to him about it. I know it's not out of the realm of possibilities, and I think it would be the best to have him for like the finale kind of Pipe Classic month show. But I'm going to talk to him after tonight, and we'll have the opportunity to kind of touch base. And
I mean, the finale show it's 2 weeks out from Pipe Classic, theoretically.
in theory, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might extend Pipe Classic month, but at the same token, I'm liking the idea of like a core 1 month build up. So yeah, guys, he's, as you can see, he's just quartering the seal, as we call it, you know, only getting so much of it hot at once. And the other part kind of, I mean, like Salt calls it air bridging, because it's like the air is just keeping cold enough to like not move on the other side or whatever. But you can see he's really taking his time and going around that seal, and now he's gotten it really happy. All right, here we go. It's party time, dogs.
Fresh start in the AM.
Yeah, so a lot happened here. But what you can see in there is that perk that we saw get made. All right, and look, you can see the tube that is open and kind of connecting to the wall. It's just sitting in a little bit of a crevice that was blown out when he opened a hole on the tube. So that's open, they're both open, and it's just kind of sitting in that little crevice. And that's going to allow him to kind of get this bridge in place. That's going to hold the sculptural piece while he can then work that seal. Now on the smaller scale with like a sculptural perk, this is very much the same thing. Some folks, like when it's smaller, you don't necessarily have to open up, or you don't have to put like a special post on the wall where you've opened it up. You can kind of just have a bridge off of the perk and connect it to the end of the tube. I think that's what most do, but on this scale, I mean, there's a lot going on here at this scale. I think what he did was the much safer move. Because there's a lot of glass there to cool down in between where he's working the seal and such, you know? So, separating that bridge in like a really proper structure there is gonna allow that to live happily and not trigger any stress. God forbid, I mean, what if that wall cracked because you had a weak bridge connected to it directly when you didn't even need to? All right, so check this out. Now he's just heating those two together. One was just kind of sitting in the other, but he's reaming the inside tube out to the wall of the clear. And he's going to take his time here and just repeat this process. There's no real air access right now, so this is really tricky stuff. It would have already broken by now if this were me. No, I'm just playing, but
so the sculpture is hollow inside, and he's got a tube that he's
exactly. This is where the joint's going to go later. The joint's going to seal onto that. So yeah, the concentrates or whatever.
Right. So whatever this connects to the neck or no?
Well, the neck, it's open between the neck and this. The smoke fills the chamber and then goes up the neck. The smoke goes through the hole that he's cleaning up now, right? And getting that seal done, and then it goes, that's connected to the bridge.
Okay.
The part where it bulges out right there at the end, that's where the holes are for the perk.
All right. So, thank you.
Yeah. All right. I'll be right back.
While Mike's grabbing that drink, let's thank him for that lovely explanation for those of us that aren't as up on anatomy of functionals. But again, if you guys are enjoying this, feel free to hit that like button. That's always a plus for the artist. Or like Tito comes and looks and says, hey, Pipe Classic, people like this. But even more so, if you guys don't want to miss this episode, if you want to be reminded that, hey, there's a party, there are like-minded people in chat watching something that you enjoy watching that you can talk to, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, and about half an hour before an episode, you will get a little notification that reminds you it's time to party on a Tuesday night. And at events, occasionally, you'll get notifications when we go live. So a couple months ago, we went live to the channel with Champs, the Chicago competition. So that was a fun time. And I imagine if Pipe Classic happens anything like Champs, Mike might be on a camera and I might end up going live as well. So you can be live on the action, even if you can't enjoy the dab bars and the actual live action.
All right. Your boy is back. He's gonna wreck his reputation. I'm just playing.
Oh, we're well past that time, baby.
No, I've not gone full Kanye yet.
Thank you, and take away the yet.
Well, I'm counting on it.
Oh, Lord. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So we really worked that seal. I do believe I was looking for it, but I never really noticed a moment when he closed it down, but I'm almost certain he added a little bit of like a thin layer of glass over that hole on the wall so that he could have air pressure when he closes this down. Chase, I tell you, man, like, I probably edited out a moment when he walked it back to the kiln, but I think I'm trying to remember the moment, but if you saw a moment where, like, there was a fade and then he had a Kevlar thing and he was wiping dust off, that was the tell, the moment, you know, like, I left that wipe in so you could know that he had definitely put it in the kiln. I think he probably did put it in the kiln after getting that seal really well done, just so everything was nice and happy again. We'd have to go back though, but I remember there being that moment where, like, I remember leaving in the Kevlar sleeve wipe just so you knew that he was, like, removing kiln dust between the steps. Oh no, chasing the chat. No, we're not live, my man. This was in 2019, homie. And I was explaining earlier, but we made a mutual decision that I was going to sit on my footage until they got their movie out, because if we had done a series of shows like this, people would have already watched like 12 hours of Pipe Class, you know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't have been the right thing to do. And, you know, I'm not here to mess with anybody's flow. It's crazy they let me do this when they already make a movie. Like, that's as simple as I can put it, man. Tito didn't have to let me do this, not even close. And but I remember, man, like, he saw the love in the community here, and, you know, maybe believed in what we're doing. And I'm just tremendously honored to have been able to help document this. And yeah, but that's why there was a bit of a delay, because we wanted to let them get that movie out. The movie, by the way, for this year is linked in the video description. And if you guys want to watch that, if you haven't already, between now and this next month of Pipe Classic action, you really should. Like I said, man, Jeff and the dudes who make those movies, like, they're really good, and they just will connect you with the emotional core of this event in a whole different way. Me, I'm going to show you clips of Crunk's dog in the basement, but, you know, that's just me. That's just me.
Yeah, all those OG hats that you wear, those from
those are from the dog, Dustin Amato. His
Yeah.
company is called OG Official Genius, if you Google it. Thanks for noticing, man. Yeah, he makes some fresh stuff. I'm way more fashionable than I should be because people like him give me cool shit, you know?
I like your lemon hat. That's a good one.
That one's good. I chose that one myself. I was just on a
Oh,
whole lemon kick, remember? Because I got that lemon bonsai. I'll show it to you guys after the episode if somebody
right.
reminds me.
Yeah.
But I have this little miniature glass lemon bonsai tree. And it's like a vintage one, like made in Japan. And I really like those. It's only because I'm broke that I don't have like 50 of them. But yeah, check this out, guys. He has really closed this down, and it's connected now to the base of the piece. And I mean, I just think it's important to watch the amount of heat involved and all that. All right, here we go, dogs. Big moves. This is it. This is it. Mouthpiecing. And those are some dank tongs. They look like the oh, what's his name? Cameron, no, Cam Tower. Cam Tower makes these incredible tongs, and those look like a slightly, like mine have like beefier handles and maybe like lathe wrap on the tongs, but they're very similar. His might not be the same one, but I've got a version of those, and like these tongs are just so great. I actually, like, every now and then something happens to me in the studio. I'm not perfect, as my editing might lead you to believe. But but for real, every now and then, man, just the reality of Millie is that sometimes a handle breaks, and sometimes they break catastrophically. And you just can't be a butthead about it. The best thing to do is to have a good pair of tongs like that. Like, huge shout out to my shopmate and credit, even though I didn't use it. But man, my dog, man, who owns the shop I work out of now, Ethan Cox, Tesla Glass, he fucking ran over with a pair of tongs that had like lathe wrap on them and stuff or whatever, you know, kind of like an N8 style tong. And I was like, no, 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 man. And it was, I was so focused on what was happening, I don't even know if I properly ever explained it to him. I told him later, I thanked him later, and I was just like, no, no, I know mine are better. But the real thing behind that was that I've already fucked up a pair of N8 tongs with that. Like, it just cooked out whatever glue was on it, you know?
Right.
And
Yeah.
so I was like, no, 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 dog, I don't want to fuck your tongs up, man. I've got the fucking cam towers right here. So I just went over and grabbed the cam towers and fucking picked the whole Millie build up that was like right near the end, like this giant hunk of glass. Fucking sealed a jank handle on it, then sealed a good handle on it, and we were back in action. And it's just really important to not freak when stuff like that happens, you know? Like, freaking out does nothing but make it harder to recover. So just try and be as calm as you can, and, you know. And yeah, so check it out. He saw it in there, and he was like, nope, 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 son. He went back for a second little final adjustment. The mark of a professional.
I mean, you've done all this work up to this point. What's another 5 minutes?
Right. But it's just another one of those things where it's like you have to be cognizant and mindful, and, you know, it'd be so easy to be like, fuck it. But that's the difference between the, you know, what you really want. And at the same token, it's so easy to second guess yourself and try and fix something, and then you end up fucking it up, and you feel really bad, you know? Like,
Right. Yeah.
so there's like a double edge to that sword, that's for sure. But what an incredible piece!
No.
What an
kidding.
incredible time! Again, thank you so much to Tito Byrne, man, the Byrne Gallery homie, who, you know, he saw what we were doing here and gave me the chance to document something really special. And like I said, this is just the first of, you know, probably about 8 shows, you know, with this level of, you know, glass worker caliber and incredible technique. I'm so excited to share this stuff, and but it's all possible because of these companies pitching in a little bit and, you know, making it possible for me to make the moves. I'm happy to do the work, you know, and even Carrie, you know, comes out and takes time out of her job and puts in the same hours. It's crazy to me. But it's because we all believe in what we're doing here, and this type of documentation for our industry, and a belief that this type of process documentation is beneficial to people and beneficial to the events and beneficial to our industry. So yeah, man, I can't thank you guys out there enough for being a kind community that like set this all up in the first place. I mean, we were just beginners on like webcams back in the day. Like it's almost crazy to go back and look at where we got from there to here. I mean, I'm not going to discount myself in that. A lot of that is because I had this vision and this passion, but that's because y'all have been so dank. Like it really is just like this circle of love or whatever. I really appreciate you guys out there for making this sort of thing possible. I think we'll wrap it up there. I don't have like a million things to add. Let's take just a moment though, and why not like shout out these companies that pitched in to make this event possible, and you know, gave me this opportunity to come out and film this and get to share really dank stuff with you guys, man. I cannot tell you enough to please come out to this shit. Like, they're gonna sell out of these passes. I'm telling you, it's a small head shop. It's not the biggest space. It's not.
Do you have any footage handy of the overall space that people can see, or?
I don't know. I looked for it, but I didn't really. I mean, if you guys, if there's homies who want to stick around and see some fun shit, I'm not opposed to like jumping into the like footage folders. Let's if you guys are down, we don't have to end right now. I don't know if we're gonna like play games or anything.
Request for the lemon bonsai.
Yeah. Oh, the lemon bonsai. Yes. All right, we'll go get the lemon bonsai. I'll be right back.
Yes, here it comes. It's adorable. Look at this little guy.
All right, this is the lemon bonsai I was mentioning earlier, guys.
So cute.
Isn't it? Look, it's all glass and like. Also, this is a little Pokeball Turp Pearl from my dog Joe Romanowski. Shout outs to my homie, man. Yeah, really, Joe's a great dude. I have no evidence to suggest that he's anything but one of the awesomer people I've met in the glass thing. So.
Yeah, Joe's cool.
Right, Joe's a cool ass cat.
Yeah.
Nice fucking dude. Yeah, but I don't know. I love this lemon bonsai, and that's totally why I got the lemon hat. I'll show you the lemon hat if you don't.
Let's see it. Yeah, no, matchy.
So, at this time in my old house, I had like lemon curtains in the kitchen, and I bought the lemon hat. Really? You don't remember the lemon kitchen?
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah. No, I've got the other pieces. Hold on. I'm going to hand them to you, and I'm going to show them that, too. Fuck it.
Okay. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I can play show and tell, too. You guys, actually, I got this really dope Millie today. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. Scotty Mickle, HVO customer, and he had a repair to send in, and we got him all taken care of. So he sent me this little Millie piece. It was so sweet of him, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see this at all. It's really tough to see. Oh, it just needs the perfect light.
That thing ain't showing up.
Yeah.
Let me find the picture.
It's pretty tight. I need some sort of a lens for it, though. But
no. I can do this. I can do this, Carrie. I got this. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna find when you sent me the picture earlier.
Oh, there you go.
And
yeah.
I can pop it
the
up.
Video.
You had a good picture. Oh, you sent me a video of it. That's right. Here we go. All right, check this out, dogs.
Yeah. Look at that.
God, I gotta check those little thumbnails at the bottom to make sure there's nothing bad in there.
Yeah. Don't.
Nobody needs to see what. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yo, it's like pixels or something.
Look
it's crazy.
At that. Well, that's amazing. Anyway, that was something that I got today. It was really surprising.
That's fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout outs to Scotty.
Yeah, but just to complete the lemon saga,
Yes, let's see.
These were the
Oh, look at
lemon
that.
yeah. There was like one big curtain that was the one I put up there, and I just left it when I left, because my
That's
good
awesome.
friends were still renting there who lied to me
Yes.
about the studio being approved by the fire marshal and the landlords, causing a massive bullshit in my life, which is one of the reasons we didn't get to see all that Pipe Classic footage, because I had a whole random fucking move when I shouldn't have had to. But whatever, I don't want to get into that, man. I don't even wish
That's
those
not really
people
a
unwell or
good night.
anything, man. It's just a bad situation, man. Bad mix. Man, should have been like, hey, by the way, do you guys let your dogs shit all over the front yard? And they'd have been like, oh, yeah, we do. And I'd have been like, all right, I'm going to pass on this. But
Now.
whatever.
All right,
Anyways.
so
All right. Yeah, so we were going to pull up something on the cooler tip? Is that right?
yeah. No,
All
what do we
right.
got in
All right.
that Pipe Classic footage?
We got a lot. We do have a lot. Do I go into the camera?
What's to come?
Just deciding to go to the camera or the Pipe Classic thing. There is a lot of stuff here, man. I was like, I wanted to make a slightly different version of the intro, each week, where you see the burn gallery and then the beautiful sunset and such. But I'll spoil some of that right now, since you guys are my people.
If you're still here.
Yeah, if you're still with us. This is my cute Airbnb that I got last time. It's just like a bedroom, with a lock thing on it.
As I recall, it was not level.
No, that was in Denver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I went up for fucking Champs Denver, I got the shittiest Airbnb, and the room was like this little tiny thing off the house, and like the floor was like totally sloped. It was crazy. Watch out for those Airbnbs out there. I don't know what the fuck this is, but I took a picture of it, so y'all gonna have to see it now.
Oh my lord.
Well, I don't remember where this was or why I took a picture of it, but clearly I found it amusing. I was like, put that in the spank bank or whatever. This is some of the just the beautiful neighborhood here in Burlington where the Pipe Classic is at.
Well, it looks very walkable.
Oh, it's totally
Reminds
like
me a little bit of Madison.
yeah, it's really nice. Beautiful area of town.
A little
God,
French going on there. The Canadians must cross the border.
I got like too many dank food pictures. I don't even know what this is.
Tacos of some sort. Fish tacos?
It does look like fish tacos. We got some sort of... I don't even remember eating this stuff, but here it is. We got some kind of pizza. I don't know what the fuck this is. Woo-wee! And some fries.
I guess.
Yep. Let's see what else we got here. Here's Chad Lacey's previous entry.
Right on. What if you're French whales?
You like that? All right, where did the gallery? Where'd my folder go? I just lost it. What the heck? I know, this is crazy. All right, whatever. I'm back.
Charity was asking about your pearl painting in the background.
Yeah, that's my dog, man. My daughter painted that.
Oh, she painted it? I thought she commissioned it. That's cool.
Which one? This one in the back here in the corner you can see? That's, yeah, my daughter painted that one.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll show you guys another one I have. Since we're talking about pearl.
Yeah.
This one's by an old friend of mine.
Huh?
Is that cool or what?
That's too cute.
Yeah, the regal pearl. Whatever. Yeah, I've got a good bit of dedication to Pearl. But yeah, she passed about a year ago. So yeah, she won't be hopping up on the arm of the chair anymore when I'm live with you guys. But that's what it is. You know, sign up for the good, you sign up for the bad. Let's see. This is Nico Cray's TSA warning thing. Just something if you've never seen this in the group. This is real smart, and he includes shrink wrap and everything so that they can, you know, he just sets them up for success. It's not to say it's always gonna work, but
right.
Here we go. This is random stuff at Stoked. There's a lot going on at Stoked.
Homer.
Gotta love those fucking Danger Glass flyers, Danger Visual.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of random videos I took on the drive. I don't really know what's going on here, but I guess I thought it was pretty. Let's see how these are. Okay, that wasn't that cool.
I mean, it was better than Nebraska.
Whee! Look at this. We driving. I don't know what's going on over here. Yeah, my windshield has seen better days, guys. But every time I replace it, it just gets cracked like 2 minutes later. And I'm like, ah. Yeah, the drive up to Burlington was pretty fucking sweet. Look at that. Jesus Christ. The things I've forgotten about completely.
Good thing you have all this documentary evidence.
For whatever reason, I was like checking out hard kombuchas then. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, they're not very good.
Here's more
Seems like they should be, but
cute Airbnb.
Albert Einstein chilling with you.
Einstein up in this. Church Street.
Like, this is the desk
Marketplace.
where you will think.
I just like the name of this bus.
Cats. Nice.
Yeah, you're fully in tune with Grandpa Mike over here. If you were expecting dank glass hotness, wrong. Not how I'm doing it. God damn. What the fuck?
What is
I
that?
could kill for those hush puppies right now is what that looks like to me.
Oh.
I don't know what this is, or why I took pictures of it, or if it was even my food. Alright, here's Crunk's dog that I keep referencing.
Aw. What a cutie.
Right? What a cute ass dog. Yeah, I'm about this life.
Turn into that pig.
Here's all these dogs. Yeah. Here's when the when the carcass was fully desecrated. This is like a too many chefs in the kitchen kind of situation. This is when you just want like Hickory to get in there. With
Everybody's got a fork
skills.
and a knife. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody was just
maple
ready to...
syrup on the table.
Yeah, man, it's Burlington, man. It's Vermont. They got the hookup on the fucking
maple syrup on everything.
Yeah, they got the hookup on that shit. Here's, like, I guess that's what it came out in, or yeah, I don't really know.
The pig or the hush puppies?
I think that was the pig. Yeah, see, there you go.
Oh yeah, there's the pig.
Yeah, that poor bastard. And yeah, those sauces were dank. And yeah, if you're still with us, I'm gonna tell you a really sweet story. I found this mug in the kitchen, and the owner of the house where the party was at, he was there, and I had to ask, you know. I was like, what's going on with this? So he told me the story, and apparently, like, somebody basically, like, hit this dude, and I mean to be weird, or I hope this doesn't hit the wrong note or anything, but like the English isn't exactly right because this dude was like an Asian immigrant, you know, and man, I mean, could you imagine being an immigrant to a country and somebody hits you and they're just like fuck you, but this dude fucking was a witness and saw what really happened, and fucking went to court for them.
Nice.
And they later sent them this mug, and I thought it was
Aw.
super fucking sweet. That was a cool ass story, man. Like, you know, if
Mm.
you ever see an accident, man, like me and Carrie just saw one recently, and
Yeah, that was crazy.
yeah, God, I'm not. This was the craziest accident I've ever fucking seen. Really this close. I mean, we were just about to turn into a supermarket, and at that turn, directly in front of us, uh, lady was coming out, and dude just smashed her, yo, so hard that the whole car did a 180. And yeah, we turned right back around and made sure that there were witnesses and such. We were just about to leave for a trip, but we you know, had there not been other witnesses willing to do the right thing, we were gonna be the ones to stay. That's for sure. I don't know what those are.
Hmm. There he is. There's some bourbon and some
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let's see.
wraps. I don't know,
Apparently, I
that's
was
weird.
really not fucking around about that kombucha thing.
You were gonna try them all
Yeah,
just to make
man.
sure.
Look at this fucking thing. Lay space.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck yeah. Absolutely incredible. Here's more of that beautiful sunset for you guys. Look at that. Right outside the gallery. You just walk out on the street and you can see down to the fucking water in the mountain. This is a beautiful location. This is a beautiful place. Like, everybody who gets one of those judges passes this year is lucky as fucking hell. I'm
I think
telling
there's
you, this
paddle
is it.
boarding on that lake.
Probably I didn't get a chance to do all that, but I can show you guys what I did after. I mean, because I got footage of that shit too. I got some crazy time lapses on the camera actually, from some shit like in the area. Some great pictures here. Y'all just guess who that is. Right?
That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, too funny.
There's my boy. Fucking Doge.
Making a phone call on a banana.
Yeah, one of the upcoming episodes, homies, is definitely with Doge. And he's my boy, so I'm gonna try and get him. He lives a bit of a, you know, he's a rolling stone. So I'm not actually certain if we'll be able to get him to join us. That's crazy to say because he's one of those cats I really dig and have connected with. Yeah, I was mentioning those prize torches in the very beginning. Look at that shit.
Oh yeah.
Look at that fucking thing.
Look at that.
That damn. Goddamn. If you're not a little hard out there or wet, like something's not right. You're on the wrong
It is
channel.
pretty sexy. It's pretty sexy.
Look at that fucking thing. Jesus Christ. And there's one of the like prototype torches, man. That thing has the yellow jacket in the center. And like a cheetah rings are on the outside or some shit. I think they call it the cheater.
That's funny.
Yeah, look at that guy. That's the yellow jacket. Triple mix in the center. And I think that's like a cheetah amount of ports on the outside. So yeah, they call that the cheater.
Cheater.
Yep. It's one of these ones, I don't know if they've made it officially part of the lineup, but if you call and ask, they'll do that shit.
So what's up with that center fire?
That's the yellow jacket. It's like a one port hand torch that they typically make, but They put
Okay.
that into a thing so you could have this like one jet super tiny triple mix flame. It's crazy. There's another Pipe
Like
Classic dog.
tinier than the lynx.
Look at this guy.
Aw.
Is that that's the same dog? That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's Crunk's dog. But there's another dog. See, told
All
you.
the
Be
dogs.
two dogs. Pipe Classic dogs. Y'all want to see some crazy shit? Look at
What
this.
the? Is that the mind controlled torch?
This is the mind controlled torch, my guys. The mind fucking controlled
So much
torch.
going on in there.
You think I'm kidding? I don't know. Let me see if I can find footage of it. Here's the thing. First of all, it's definitely a voice controlled torch. The software is already gold on the voice stuff. It could be like a kneeling flame, whatever, da 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 da. I don't really know. This is Raj Singe, right? The homie.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you some real cool shit from this guy if you actually want. Let me pull up the right folder and see if I can find some dank shit for you guys.
I mean, I would say Raj Singh, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm so sorry. Raj is the
Like
coolest fucking dude.
there is an H at the end, and it's a tricky one to pronounce. Singh.
Yeah, I can't pretend I'm the dude, but he also makes this amazing thing called the Preston. It's like a handle for your torch, and you can like hand torch, and you can just be like click, click, and it gives you like a really amazingly easy thing.
Raspberry Pi.
Here's more Raj magic. Check this fucking thing out, guys. This is a Boro furnace. They're pulling Boro out of this.
Was this up in Burlington too?
Yep. This was at one of the after parties.
All right. Definitely a glassblower after party.
Yep. This is what's going on at Pipe Classic at these after parties. Some of them, man, were just out there chilling. Oh, the shit, there's the homie Danger. And hopefully I sneak around to the back. Yeah, okay. This is the longer video. Watch this. I'm going to sneak around to the back, I'm sure.
Where there's glory holes on both sides?
Yeah, and it's got a few torches pumping into it.
Right on.
Yeah, check this shit out. What an amazing... Man, I can't say enough about what a good time this was, and I just cannot encourage you dogs out there, if you're interested, like, get the ticket, get an Airbnb. Get your ass out here. It's
Coordinate with somebody now, and you got an Airbnb
right?
that you split.
Yeah, you got people in chat, man. Fucking, some of y'all should link up, and if you're interested, say so now. If you stuck around this long, you must give a shit. So, look at this giant marveling survey. Chris Hubbard in the house. That's him, right?
Yeah.
All right, just making sure. Yeah, that's him. Hell yeah, that's him. Dude, they had two sides going on this fucking thing,
Yeah,
guys.
that funny. It's glowing.
Yeah, just wait till I sneak around to the back, though.
What?
All right, there's Raj. Looking just as cavalier as you'd imagine. Look at him. He really is like an amazing glass thinker and really cool cat. I've been so fucking lucky to be exposed to so much of this stuff, and I'm so lucky to be able to share it with you guys. Thanks for sticking around to anybody who's still watching this, man. I know we're way past the...
I mean, we got 60 people still watching, so...
Are you fucking with me?
Nope.
What?
If YouTube's telling me right, yeah.
That's crazy.
I know some people are a little bit behind. I know Rick said he was like 20 minutes behind earlier, but still.
All right. Well, yeah. I'm telling you, this is just an amazing experience. I don't know what else to say, man. I'm just so lucky to be part of this. You know, I've talked about it on the show before about how Pipe Classic was kind of like the white whale for me in this coverage thing, because I remember speaking to Tito, you know, years before I could even make it, and you know, being so committed to East Coast Melt, which is like a week or two before that. That was like such a huge trip for me that it is just not possible. If you guys want to make more possible, please join that Patreon thing. It's linked in the video. But I don't know. I don't like to harp on that. But at the same token, every penny of that goes to this work I do, and I really do put my all into it, man, in terms of my time and, you know, breaking my back at every fucking event that I have the honor to attend. I'm like the luckiest dude in the world. I don't want to sound like some fucking, like I'm harping on the effort involved. Like I love what I get to do. But at the same token, there's no way around the like financial burden of it. All right, here we go. I think there's more of this. Can we see the actual torches though? Here we go. All right. They're rolling. All right, I'm rolling to the back. Check. Look at this shit. It's like 2 Red Maxes and a Maya just blasting into this thing.
Wrapped in aluminum foil.
They are wrapped in aluminum foil, man.
So the aliens don't get them.
Look at this shit. Absolutely incredible setup. So yeah, they're working burrow in this fucking thing from both sides with 3 torches just blasting into it. Look at this. There's some torch talk right here.
Torch porn.
Motherfucker had like lit up fans on it and shit, all looking like a cool ass PC.
That's pretty. Yeah, did you say you had footage of him using this?
I'm trying to find. I'm looking now.
Okay, gotcha.
It's probably in here.
No worries. I know you got a lot of footage to sort through there. Ah.
You guys. Okay, here we go. So here's like the actual code involved in linking the MindLink device into the voice recognition software and shit. Like this is just amazing. Raj is like the craziest motherfucker, man. Yeah. All right. How long does this video go? No, not much longer. Maybe I could sort these by time, and then I'll be able to find the mind-controlled torch stuff easier. All right. Where is it? Where it at? Look, God damn it! I don't know what's happening here. I like this video though. It looks. Oh, here's Tito. Here's Tito. Oh my God!
Banging the gong. There's Amy and
Sky. Yay! This one's definitely going to be the gong clang in a future episode. I absolutely guarantee you that. Because yeah, I had that news lady doing it on this one. But this is the best one yet. Yeah, can I play the audio on this one? I want to play audio. We want to hear the gong. Oh. So that's Tito, you guys. Oh, Amy got a cannon too, yeah. Fuck yes, dude. Yes. So if you guys don't know, that's Amy Short and Sky Jones. Yeah. And I'm not. I think Sky like had a kid and might be doing that thing now.
Pandemic child, just probably like 10 years old now or something.
But Amy is one of the main people behind Glass Vegas. That's like her family's event. Oh, look at this.
No.
I love what I do. Let me tell you all that right now. All right, where the fuck are the mind control torch things? What's going on here?
Love chat's back.
All right, this is it. Look at it already going. Now here's the thing. What Raj told me was that, you know, like this is still in development. And this mind control software, like if you think about pizza or something, it's gonna kick the flame. It's like one of these things that you have to like train your mind, you know, through feedback to send the right command.
Focused.
Yeah.
Like once you know that you're hungry, you just gotta stop because you're not gonna burn anymore.
So I think at this point though, he wanted to demo it for others. Like he was still like in the middle of sorting some kinks out. So we're just catching some like ultra behind the scenes action with the mind control torch.
This is
But
cool.
it is.
Looks like it just kicks on the gas and the propane in various amounts, and then that burner's constantly going as your ignition.
Yeah, he's translating the mind commands essentially to the voice commands, which the torch is all linked up to. It's what was it called? The mind wave? Mind wave. So yeah, if you check this fucking thing out, this kid's like a Jedi Knight or something.
Oh my god.
But this is the kit. Force Trainer 2. Hologram experience.
There's the Star Wars. This is for Jedi training. Clearly. Oh my god.
It's got Yoda. Yoda's in that shit too.
Oh man. Clearly this is for Jedis. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, so you guys can too utilize the Force to control your torch with this product.
Wow, is that like a puckered up butt? Is their logo?
But yeah, anyways.
Please, we gotta break this glass blower's choice tie.
Here you go. Here's some Tito. Tito burn action for you guys. The homie.
Isn't it all glass blowers' choice?
Everybody in the other room too, if you can hear me. We need all
MMA
the
fighter
competitors
getting
to come down to the
ready, walking
stage
back and
right
forth.
away and break this glass blower's choice tie. Please, competitors, come down to the stage.
Was that the competitors that got in the lineup?
I think they had a tie to break, yeah, at the very last minute.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a video of the full awards speech here, but where is it? I don't know. In any event. Well, I think we'll probably wrap it up there. My computer is currently dying from having like 8 billion things open. It looks like I'm just frozen staring at the screen right now.
That's what it looks like from my end too, but
Yeah, great. Good times. All right, I'm going to try and give it to
thanks
you.
for sharing.
Yeah, it looks like you're still there. I'm still frozen. Somehow, some way.
Well,
Probably because I loaded 8 million videos for you guys.
probably only 100 tabs open.
Anyways, man, if that gave y'all a little better taste of this Pipe Classic experience, awesome. Thanks so much to everybody who tuned in. Let's see if I can actually talk to the dogs now. Nope, I'm just frozen.
Mike is entranced.
Mike
Pipe
Mason
Classic Entranced.
file footage or whatever.
Doctor Who Angels got you.
It's ridiculous. Anyways. I really do appreciate everybody who tuned in and has been part of this community, made this thing a party. It's the reason I got to do something as amazing as this and get to share it with you guys now. All the best. Really made something amazing possible for me in my life. So I thank you for that.
Thanks, Grandpa Mike, they say.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Carrie, send them off with an actual person on video.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I know, right?
She's showing off now.
I can move.
This is crazy.
Thank you so much for everybody for joining in. Thank you, Mike, for editing this and putting this all together for us. Thank you, Tito and Hickory for sharing all the process, and can't wait to share more Pipe Classic with you guys in the coming weeks in the lead up to the Pipe Classic finale, number 15, the last one ever. This is definitely the one to hit if you've never been. I've heard amazing things about this event, so get on over to the website, make your travel plans now, link up to somebody that can share an Airbnb with you, make some plans to see this last little bit of history before it's gone. And yeah, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week, I suppose. Yeah.
Hell
Sound
yeah.
about right?
Well said, Carrie. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who tuned in and part of this audience and this community. You guys have really made all of this possible. And this party's not stopping. Fuck yeah. I love y'all. Peace.